So we're going to focus on neck, breath, or hips, and just sort of cherry pick what you need most. Welcome. We are going to explore 3 really simple 60-second practices that you can apply anywhere throughout your day. So I'm going to let you choose which one you work with today. So we're going to focus on neck, breath, or hips, and just sort of cherry pick what you need most. Set a timer for 60 seconds and you're going to follow along and use this practice to just give you a reset, to ground the nervous system, release some of the tension that's probably built up throughout the body. And especially if the day's been very sedentary, if you've been in a chair, maybe on a computer working, that kind of thing. These are just really simple, easy resets that you can literally do from your office chair, from the floor, from the couch, even to some degree in a vehicle if you wanted to. So find some sort of seat where your spine gets to be tall. That's the main criteria. And we're going to start with our neck. So find a nice tall spine. Close the eyes. This will just give you a chance to become a little more present with your sensations. Starting with the neck, we're going to inhale, crown of the head getting just a little bit taller, lengthening out. Drop that chin on your exhale, slow. We're gonna roll our right ear over to our right shoulder. Keep your chin tucked. And then on the next breath, inhale, elevate the chin, but keep that right ear over. Exhale, pull the chin all the way back down towards the chest. And we're gonna roll to center. Our inhale is gonna let the left ear roll over to the left shoulder, still chin tucked. Let the inhale lift the chin up towards the sky. Keep your left ear over. Whenever you're ready for your exhale, we're gonna invite the chin sinking back down to the chest. Let the head roll back to center through a long exhale. Over to the right side. Keep that chin down. Exhale where you're at. Next inhale, we're gonna lift that chin up, elevate it, keep the ear over. Exhale, chin drawing down, rolling head and neck back to center. Follow that next breath. Inhale over to the left. Exhale, pause. Inhale, let the chin lift. Exhale, bring it back down all the way through to center. So you're going to continue with that pattern for about 60 seconds or perhaps even longer. You could just, if you've got a little bit more space, just keep working through it until you start to feel the body open up. But at least 60 seconds and you'll start to feel a whole heck of a lot better. Now we're going to bring another opportunity for release down into focusing on our breath, another just really great tool for presence. And if you are experiencing a lot of anxiety, probably the breath is not moving in a very nice way. It probably doesn't have a lot of depth to it. It might even be kind of stuck up in the chest. So this one is going to be particularly useful for when we're experiencing a lot of stress. We're going to take our hands, couple of options. We're either going to take our hands onto the sides of the ribs, or if this feels a little bit too awkward, you can take one on the front of the ribs and one on the back. So I'm going to go for this side here. Doesn't really matter where, we just kind of want to find a little bit of place for them to rest. And same thing, let the eyes close. Spine is still tall, you're sitting, wherever feels comfortable for you. And as we breathe, we're going to become very aware of the hands on the ribs and how the ribs move for us as we breathe. And so for the first couple breaths, we are experiencing what is actually happening. Notice if it feels hard to bring the breath down into the lower part of the lungs, into the ribs, even into the belly. Maybe you notice if you've got one side of the breath that's more dominant. Maybe we strongly inhale, but not so much on the exhale. And as you continue, just slowly and gently starting to bring more intention into this space. So if you're feeling like the breath is not balanced, maybe start to count how long you draw the breath in and how long the air leaves. And then if you're finding one side is not as long, even it out. Go for a 4 count in and a 4 count out. And so for your 60 seconds today, that could be what you work with. Just focus on that count, find that rhythm. If you're wanting to go just a little bit deeper, then you can start to see maybe about deepening the breath. So longer count, but just kind of focusing on really moving those hands. So trying to really expand them out. And then on the exhale, as we take a longer exhale, apply a little bit more of those abdominal muscles that help you squeeze, everything wringing out. So you'll feel everything kind of pull in a little tighter. Inhale, really stretch everything. We're gonna try and make a big circumference all the way around. And slow exhale, letting everything come back in. And so this is a couple of opportunities, different ways that you can work with your breath. Especially if you are experiencing a lot of anxiety in your day, a lot of stress, maybe just go for a softer breath that has a count to it. And then on a day where you're feeling like things are, a little bit better, then we sort of challenge the expansion through the breath just a little bit, okay? So choose something that works good for you. Now the hips are going to be the next one. Now if you are, again, if you've been sitting a lot, we definitely want to get those hips moving, and in particular those hip flexors. So I'm gonna say that we probably will want to stand for this one. So for our hips, especially if you've been pretty sedentary sitting, hip flexors tend to be really, really tight, the front body. So this one is going to be one that we're going to want to stand from wherever you're at. Whether you want to hold on to something, hold on to a chair, that's okay. We're gonna keep it really simple. So again, you're just gonna set a timer for 60 seconds and we're gonna do 60 seconds on each side. So right side, then switch over to the left side. So we're gonna go for a really big step. Okay, I'm gonna stay on my toes, and this might be where we need a little bit of balance. And we're just gonna think about bending both of the knees. Bending both of the knees and keeping the sit bones tucked, and we're just gonna lower till we start to feel things start to heat, and then inhale, come up. Exhale, just think about scooping your butt underneath as those knees bend. Inhale, coming up. Okay, so just going for as many as you can fit in. Slow and intentionally, focusing with all that balance. There's gonna be wobbles, that's okay. Body's figuring it out. Okay, so you're gonna go for 60 seconds on one side. You're gonna switch, find a long step on the other side. Start with straight-ish legs. Just keep that sit bone tucked underneath so that we keep the low back really spacious. And then as the knees bend, keep that low back spacious. Give yourself a nice lift. Okay. So when the hip flexors are tight, they have a tendency to want to pull on that back body, and we're gonna do our work to balance out both sides, even though we are focusing a little bit more on the front for the moment. And that is your 3 opportunities: neck, breath, hips. So there you have it. 60 seconds is all you really need for a really simple reset that's gonna make you feel a lot better, not just in the physical body, but also just getting that energy moving. Depending on what your day has had in store, if it has had a lot of stress, a lot of aggravation, we've been doing a lot of sitting, A lot of that is not just physical tension, but there's a lot of energy underneath the surface that's kind of just like weighing us down. And so movement helps to clear it and get it out of our system so that it doesn't just like keep hanging out, causing us problems. So use one of those or use all of them together if you can, if you've got a little bit of extra time, and you'll feel really, really awesome afterwards. If you had an opportunity to try them all out, I would love if you dropped in the comments which one resonated the best, whether it was the neck, the breath, or the hips, or maybe all of them. Let me know which one you really liked and maybe which one you need more of. And I'd be happy to make some more videos for that. If this was helpful, hit that like button, subscribe so that you can be notified when more videos like this come out. And I'm so thankful that you stuck around to the end. Until next time.